Ethereum broke $2,500 last week for the first time in almost 2 years. And not only that, the weekly RSI just gave us a signal that preceded a 10x run. Is history about to repeat itself? Time to discover crypto. All right, this is an article from BN Crypto, and they pointed out 2 signals that really give us very bullish momentum for Ethereum, potentially even a 10x increase just in the next year or 2. So to find these interesting realizations, we're going to look at Ethereum's price in the previous bull cycle and compare it to this one. In the previous bull cycle around 2020, Ethereum broke out of a long-term horizontal resistance area that lasted for more than 1,000 days. Let's go ahead and look at that in the charts here. This right here is the 2020 period in which they're referring to. And if we look, you can see if you take the candles from way back there, and then it was approximately 1,029 days later, and then Ethereum started its breakout from above this previous zone. In that small amount of time, Ethereum then saw a massive surge. It did a 5.5x in just a matter of 130 days, folks. That is only a little bit more than 4 months. And so to have more than a 4x in 4 months, very, very bullish. But what does it look like right now in 2024? Well, let's go ahead and see, you can see a very, very similar pattern. We spiked a little bit higher and then down, consolidated with slow movement up and to the right. We spiked a little bit higher, consolidated, slow movement up and to the right, and then a nice blast off zone. Well, let's go ahead and measure out 1,000 days and kind of what are we expecting to see in this time frame. So if you go forward around 1,000 days, folks, if you go down and look at the bottom of the screen here, you can see this is going to be right around September and October. I'm about to shrink a little bit. I'm shrink. After 1,000 days, if we finally do breakout, that would put Ethereum around $3,500, and you can see it right here. But what would a 450% pump look like from that level? And remember, that happened over about 130 days. Look at that number on the right, folks. That would give us a $19,000 Ethereum. Now, I don't think we're going to pump 450% after the breakout, but I would respect a 225% pump, which would come in about half that level right there. That would then put us at above a $10,000 Ethereum, flirting around with the $12,000 level. Now, remember, this is just the first indicator, breaking out of the horizontal resistance zone that lasted about 1,000 days. What is the second indicator, and what can we expect from that? How do we reach a $25,000 Ethereum? Well, we're going to be using the RSI. RSI is a momentum indicator, and it'll identify overbought or oversold conditions. And if we go back to the previous level, this is the period in which they were talking about. I'm going to go ahead and cha-cha slide to the left here, and you can see here on the charts, Ethereum started to break out initially, but then the COVID crash brought it back down into the undersold territory. It left the overbought territory. Then it entered into overbought one more time. And then we'll look at what happened to Ethereum's price. We're going to go right into the point where it starts to break out of the RSI overbought area. And an even higher pump than we saw after the 1,000-day retracement there, Ethereum was able to experience a 10x in a matter of 200 days. And if you look here on the charts, Ethereum just broke into the overbought territory on the RSI as well. And what does a 10x from this first level give us? Folks, that would give us a $20,000 Ethereum, $22,500. But that's just from when the RSI first broke into oversold. A 10x from these levels, you can see Ethereum $2,500, $25, $25,000 Ethereum. Now, it makes me feel pretty bullish when I think about a $25,000 Ethereum, because $10,000 makes me feel really bullish. But when you look at assets ranked across the globe, a 10x and a 20x doesn't seem that out of reach, everybody. This right here is all the asset classes ranked by market cap. And you see gold is the #1 asset class. And now I'm going to cha-cha slide to the right so we can make sure we see all the assets here. Microsoft coming in #2, $2.89 trillion. Well, you can see Bitcoin is a top 10 asset, but where is Ethereum? Ethereum, we got to go a little bit lower, and it's ranked 30 at a $300 billion market. Well, what would a 10x do to 300 billion? That would turn into a $3 trillion market cap. Well, where does that put us in the rankings, folks? Look at that as the most expensive asset behind gold, even more expensive than Microsoft or Apple. Now, if Ethereum does do a 10x, I would not expect Bitcoin to just be still and stay at $830 billion. I would expect Bitcoin to do around a 5 to 7x as well. And even if we just come in with a 10x, that would put it at $8 trillion, putting Bitcoin at a very close second place to gold. And gold, Bitcoin, Ethereum as the 3 most expensive assets seems pretty doable to me. And part of the reason I think Ethereum will outperform Bitcoin over the short amount of period is look at this trend line dating all the way back to 8 years ago. This first touched February 2016. Yes, it was that long ago. This is the ETH Bitcoin trading pair. And this is how much Bitcoin, this number right here, how much Bitcoin would it take to essentially equal 1 Ethereum? So 1 Ethereum is equal to about 5.9% of 1 Bitcoin. And this trend line has been well respected going all the way back to 2016. You can see it touched it 2017, more support in 2017, turned into resistance in 2019, resistance again in February 21. Then ETH outperformed Bitcoin and it turned back into support and then turned into support again. I expect Ethereum to flirt with the 10% level. I don't know if it'll go that high, but I definitely think 8% is very attainable here, which would give us a ratio of about roughly 12 Ethereum equals 1 Bitcoin. And one thing that makes me even more bullish on this metric here is Ethereum is slightly deflationary while Bitcoin is slightly disinflationary. And in case you're wondering, deflation means when the inflation rate is below 0, meaning the supply is shrinking, whereas disinflation is the inflation level falls, but still supply is growing, albeit just at a slower pace. And if you look at the burn rate for Ethereum, and this is just over the past month, they've burned 18,000 Ethereum from the ecosystem here and given us a slightly deflationary rate of negative 0.19%. So I expect Ethereum to slowly gain Satoshis and just keep this as a general trend. I expect this trend line to maybe even be respected for the next 8 years, but this is crypto, so that's basically 2 millennia. So what do you think of these price targets? Is a 10x from these levels a little too high? Can we expect a $25,000 Ethereum in 2025? I do expect the 2.5x to be much in the cards for 2024, giving us around a $6,000, $7,000 Ethereum. So that's where I'm coming in for 2024. How high do you think Ethereum can go this year? Let us know in the comments down below. And remember, every time you leave a comment, puts you in the running for a $100 giveaway that we do every Friday. So make sure you go ahead and leave a comment, everybody. I'll be reading those and I'll look at your Ethereum predictions and tell me, how high can Ethereum go?